y'all. This is Rebecca with Village Farm Tiny Home Community. I've got little Agora with me to keep me warm. It feels really good actually to be outside and have the sun shining and good weather after this last week here in Texas. It's been very rough, devastating, heartbreaking. Lots of just reflection really on how things could be better, more decentralized, stewarding your own energy, having more self-sufficiency. Um, Despite all of the tragedy and craziness with, I mean, 4 million people without power across the state of Texas at one point, um, it was pretty inspiring to see the community come together and be there for one another, making sure everyone had clean water to drink, that we had a place to take hot showers. And, a lot of people had their pipes freezing and water just wasn't working. And it was, thank goodness. I mean, we had our electricity going, on our property anyway. We're so blessed, but it was really scary, situation for everyone involved. And I think now we're on the other side of things. So I wanted to do this video because I received a message from Aaron and Skip yesterday that they're really inviting everyone who lives at Village Farm to volunteer on the farm here behind me. As you can see, there's been a pretty extensive amount of devastation and destruction due to the freezing weather and the inclement weather. So we are finally at a place where we can drive on the roads again and move around outside and, not slip and fall or have icicles fall on our head. And things are improving, conditions are improving. And now that people are getting their hot water back and their water's working and they're up and running and have the ability to drive to the grocery store for provisions, I know that everyone has their own personal priorities, but I wanted to share this and extend this invitation really to lend a hand here at Greengate Farms tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I know it's going to be cold. It actually really doesn't feel that bad right now. I'm not wearing a hat. I do have one glove on, but it's wet, and I understand it's not the best weather to volunteer. But let me show you the farm right now, just so you can get a feel for really. This is a tragedy. This is really, really going to harm and devastate our local regenerative agriculture production. This storm is incredibly unlike anything we've ever seen. It's incredibly peculiar for Central Texas. And this, of all times, really is a moment for us to stand together in solidarity and to lend a hand to our helping neighbors and be there really for our community. So the farm is always there for us. Every Saturday, the farm stands 10 to 12. They don't ever let us down. So, hey, Kalina, I didn't know you were here. I'm doing a live video right now to promote the volunteer day tomorrow. It won't let me flip my screen around, but Kalina is the farm manager. So we're already getting a head start here now that everything's thawing out. If there is a possibility and if it's safe for you to volunteer tomorrow, the volunteer form is included on the message thread, so please click that, put in your basic contact info, and any help that you can lend or extra hands is going to be super appreciated. There's a lot of cleanup to do after the destruction of the storm, so we really appreciate you. I know everyone has their own personal struggles going on right now. This was absolutely unheard of for Central Texas, or the whole state of Texas really, to have that much snow and so much cold weather. So I totally understand, and I know it's a big ask, but if there's anything that you can do to help us out, man, it takes a village and we need you. So I also wanted to take a moment though just to kind of reflect on the importance of local community, local economy, because we are building a community that's reminiscent of a traditional village. And at the end of the day, maybe in the next 3 years, I would imagine by 2024, probably for sure, the general store, the bistro will be up and running. And in moments like this and in times like this, you really can't get better peace of mind than knowing that you have access to all the provisions you need, like clean drinking water, food from the bistro, fresh produce from the farm, you know, artisan goods all at the community where you live. And that's what we're building. I mean, for right now, it's not here yet, but once phase 2 and 3, which is starting this year, another 68 lots, and eventually phase 4 are finished, the plan is to have, you know, we're going to have 170 lot locations, a really sizable community, here for one another, here for our neighbors, and attached to the land, like a deep connection to the land and the food that we eat and the food that we grow. And it's going to be sold, the food that we grow, that Green Gate Farms grows, will be sold at the general store, which you could just walk across the street and go to. And in emergencies like this, there's really nothing more really just gratifying than knowing that not only do you have neighbors you can count on, but you have access to provisions so easily at hand. So I also just, like, after rambling about this, want to throw this out there, like, how is everyone doing? Are you guys okay? Are you warm? Like, do you need anything? I've been sending email blasts out to everyone who lives here the last week, like, oh, how's everyone doing? Boil water notice, like, this is crazy. But, you know, feel free to comment and I could pull up your comment, or if you have any questions, obviously I'm here to help. It's been a really, really wild last few days, and truly, like, if there's anything I can do to help in this situation, please let me know. I delivered some water to one of my neighbors earlier. We were lucky enough to have a little back stock of you know, drinking water and food to eat and such. So John and I were pretty blessed, and we have extra soup and everything. So if anybody needs anything, definitely let me know. And I hope that everyone's doing well. I mean, I know this is really scary and heartbreaking, but at the same time, it was really remarkable to see, like, in times of need like this, how everyone came together. And like, Levi was just out on my front patio shoveling snow away. And then on the farm side, just behind me, you can kind of see the first lot. Let me get out of the way. So those houses there on this side is on the other side of the street. So apparently Scotty went around and was shoveling the snow and ice off of everyone's front patio on this side. So that just goes to show how amazing our neighbors are. And Levi was like, well, I can't make it to the gym, so might as well help out my neighbors and get all the ice and snow off of their patio so they don't slip and get hurt. Yeah, it's crazy what's happened, but it's also inspiring to see how kind and compassionate and helpful all of our neighbors and our community members are. So, okay, that's enough rambling for now. From the bottom of my heart, though, everyone, I truly, truly hope that you are safe, that you are warm, that you have all of your basic needs are met, and that you're, you know, in a good place, that your dogs are nice and warm, and your pets and everyone in your household is safe. And whew, this too shall pass. You know, I think it has. Here we have sunshine and the snow is melting, as you can see behind me. But honestly, y'all, like, this is going to be an endeavor to really get the farm back up and running. I mean, we have basically just frozen fields. So if you are available tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., please fill out the volunteer form. We would love for you to help out on the farm. Maybe it'll be good, too, to get out of the house and get your hands in the soil, or, you know, whatever cleanup help is needed. And that way, you know, you can get some sunshine and connect with neighbors and make sure that we're all in a good place, getting fresh air and helping one another out in times of need. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like to visit Village Farm, if you're thinking about moving, you'd like to live here in the community, we will resume property tours next week, probably starting on Monday. I'm going to call everyone for open house tomorrow and cancel. It's still really slick conditions. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I think Monday we'll start up our normal schedule again. And if it's been a long time, like if you submitted a contact form and we haven't gotten back to you immediately, I apologize. I've been solo this week and have been trying to really keep up with all the inquiries and such. But we're, you know, a little understaffed, obviously, with the weather conditions. It's not safe to drive. And whew, yeah, priorities, man. Gotta meet your basic needs and have your priorities straight. But I've still been working this whole week, thank goodness. We had electricity in the village, and, you know, we stayed nice and warm. And I will tell you what, those tiny homes are incredibly well insulated. Like, I just would have my living room heater on at like 69, and that was sufficient to keep the whole place warm. We did have one space heater in the water or in the bathroom just because that's where our water was kind of, trickling, running to make sure the pipes didn't freeze. But yeah, they really, stood up well in this crazy storm. Some of my family members have huge, beautiful, like site built homes, and they were like, oh, when the weather or when the electricity goes out, it's like, that's a lot to heat and cool. Our little tiny homes are so small that it was actually, I think, kind of energy efficient in a sense. We were able to just live in our little 400 square feet and be happy and warm and safe and such. So that was really, really good. Oh, I see a comment. Vanessa says, hi, Rebecca. Hi, Vanessa. I hope that Alex is okay. I hope everyone here is okay. Thank you for commenting. I know you're nice and warm in a different state. So you're very lucky you didn't visit Texas last week. But yes, hi, Vanessa. And anyone else watching, thank you for tuning in. I from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all of you. I care about all of you. And what we're building here is really special. Experiencing this last week and all of the sadness and tragedy and contrast, the way that we all came together and connected with one another and were there for one another. It's just, I've never lived somewhere where that is the norm. We have that camaraderie and connection with one another, and it really feels good in my soul. I love you guys, and I hope that you're warm. And if you can, tomorrow we're going to have our volunteer day, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. here, 8310 Canoga Avenue. I have the details in the description. I'll post it as well in the comments. And let me know how you're doing. If you need anything, text me, call me. I'm here for y'all. I appreciate you. And I hope that you stay warm and that we get back to normal pretty soon. Bye, guys.